So this is the Dulwich, and we just talk about stuff that we want to talk about. And this week is the 4th of July. Anyways, I'm Bobby,
I'm Shay.
and this is the 4th of July episode because
Because why
we're
not?
we're into the holidays. Um, yeah, I don't. You seem really excited about it.
Okay. So I'm not necessarily like, yay, patriotism, Boston Tea
Oh
Party,
yeah,
let's throw stuff at it. It's like, yes, I appreciate our history. That's great.
bless you.
But you proposed this one to me as fireworks.
Yeah,
And that's why I got excited because
because
I love fireworks.
see, I'm not patriot. I am like yay America, but I'm not like after a while I'm like I don't ever want to see red, white, and blue again. I don't want to see it. I'm not a full like super intensive
Yeah.
America.
Well, I'm not super political
Whatever.
either. I try
Yeah.
to stay out of all that because I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it just, yeah, like we don't celebrate huge like 4th of July type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's not
I
something
mean,
we do. I mean, we put out the flag, we have a barbecue, but we're not like parades for days.
Oh, freak.
We don't do that.
I always try to go to the parades, but then they have it in the morning and I always work, so it doesn't really work
Makes it
for
a
me.
little bit harder,
Yeah. So, which is why I was like, let's do fireworks because I love to go to the fireworks
Yeah.
and to whatever.
So why do you love to go to the fireworks?
See,
though?
I don't know.
You don't
If
know.
I'm honest,
It's just like a party and you're there for it.
Yeah, just the the vibes probably, I guess,
Mhm.
because you go there and then you sit there and you don't chat and you don't do nothing and you stare and you go, whoa,
Ooh.
yeah,
Ooh. Ah.
yeah, and it's
Wow.
happening, a mile and a half away or further even sometimes, and you're just like, but we're all here together, so yay us.
That's hilarious. See, you need to come do fireworks with me because it's like extreme sports.
Do you?
Love
So
it.
wait. So do you go to fireworks? Like, are you going to them, or do you do them in
Sometimes.
your front yard?
Both. We do both.
Okay.
So like not every year because my immediate family doesn't necessarily love fireworks. I am the clear pyro in our family.
Okay.
Which doesn't surprise me at all. Like my family's all calm and tame, and I'm like fire. So I love it. It's so much
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
But,
Yeah.
Okay, let me
No.
tell you a story that will
Okay.
explain.
Go ahead.
Okay, so fireworks were meh, whatever growing up, right? But
Sure.
then it hit it when I was about maybe 14, 15, right in there.
Mhm.
My sister-in-law invited us to go to a fireworks show in Idaho. And there's not as many rules in Idaho.
And like one that you watch or one that
yeah, like a big fireworks display.
Okay, so not one
Yeah.
you like, oh, we're all getting up here and we each get a light one or something.
No.
Like you watch.
Like this is up in the sky type
Okay.
of fireworks, right?
Okay.
Okay. So she's like, well, I know the best spot. So she takes us to like this like ditch out in back of where they're lighting off these fireworks, and we didn't know how close we were because we were down in the ditch, and there were hundreds of us all in there, a bunch of hillbillies. It was great. It was so much fun.
So
And
100
then-
people in a ditch.
Yeah, 100 people in this ditch, and then all of a sudden they start lighting up these fireworks, and I was expecting to be like out there a ways, like
Yeah.
no, they were like right above our heads, like
So
right
like
above our
like
heads,
you're close where like the ash comes down on you.
flaming embers.
Oh my gosh.
It was awesome.
That's
it
amazing.
was so cool. So like I had a hole in my shirt. I had a hole in the blanket behind me, like that I was laying on and stuff. And I mean, it was so loud, where it was like you were worried for your eardrums.
Oh,
so it was just like you could feel the percussive force like hit your chest. It was like, grrr, and you're like, oh, this is the best.
Oh my
it was so cool, so much color. It was just like the most cool thing ever. I loved it. I would do that.
That sounds
every year if I
amazing.
could. It was so cool.
So wait, you never went back and did it again? You just were like that one
it's up
time?
in Idaho.
So what?
I know.
It's right there.
I know. We should.
Like, unless it's like the top of Idaho, then I'd be like,
I'm not sure where in Idaho it was. I
Oh my
wasn't
gosh,
driving.
you should have.
I
You
should
should
ask.
ask.
But
You
it was
should.
awesome. I absolutely loved it. And
Oh my
then
gosh.
after that is when the fireworks obsession set in. I'm like, I want that forever. I'm gonna do that every year.
And then you didn't.
I
Oh my,
didn't.
what the freak?
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that.
See, and we growing up,
Mhm.
we didn't really go see fireworks. Like we'd see like the ones at Lagoon, like
Oh yeah.
over there, way down the whatever. But like we didn't even we'd get some fireworks, like the spinning flower ones or whatever. But that's just because like we would get what are those things called? Oh, the snakes. Because because we didn't really do we just wanted the fire part.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't into the screaming things
No,
or the whatever
I
the
don't like
frick.
the
I hate the
things
screaming
either.
ones. But yeah, so basically we'd each get a little box of matches and then we'd
Mhm.
all just sit in the gutter and we'd try to light little fires
Oh yeah.
in the thing from like the little boxes or the snaps or whatever the
See,
frick.
that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it's good, but then it's just like, oh, I guess I could have been doing that. I could have been feeling the fireworks. So now as an adult, I'm like, I want to go to this, and it's like maybe one or two people will be like, yeah, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
But it's like I'll go with you, not like, hey,
I'm excited
so
to go.
yeah. So you get there and you're like, nice.
No,
But
I love it so much.
I think
so
it's cool.
much fun.
There's,
but then it's like the whole thing beforehand where you have to go and wait forever.
oh, I
and
hate
they have to,
that's the worst.
Like, and then the car lines afterward, those are the worst.
Oh my gosh.
So you do, it's got to be like a ditch experience.
Oh
like, you
yeah.
have to, like, climb through and get into a ditch in someone's backyard and have this fireworks right above you. Then it's magical.
Yeah. Like now, I was most impressed that, like a few years ago, I parallel parked.
Did you?
And
really?
I was like, oh my gosh.
Well
and
done.
but yeah, thank you, because we were late, like I always am. Anyways, and so I just was like, well, we're gonna park way out here in the middle where it's not like we can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
Yeah, but Jimmy saw the boom. And
I know it's not as good.
Stuff.
And yeah.
I mean, I figured because like the fireworks thing, celebration thing wasn't always like right from 1776. It kind of came starting after like I don't know, like I would say after the War of 1812 and after the national anthem was written and all that kind of stuff.
That would make sense.
Rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in
sure.
air, that kind of stuff. And that's where the fireworks kind of started taking off.
Yeah.
And that's why I love being right under there because I'm like, ooh, 1812 fireworks.
History.
It's the closest I can get to a real cannon.
What the frick?
I love it so much.
So we gotta just find you a real cannon. Is that what you're happening?
I have been around real cannons. They weren't firing shot. They were just firing powder.
Okay.
And I was around a oh no, I can't remember the size of it. It's small. It shoots like a tennis ball size.
Okay.
And we were standing like 10 feet from it when they fired
frick.
It was like a demonstration.
Yeah.
And I could not believe the volume and like you could actually see the sound wave hit the ground and come out towards your feet and like it moved your shoelaces.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was impressive. I'm like, how did any of those guys on the big ships, how did they not all just go deaf? Like,
I don't know. Look that up. That's one of those things that you like think about and you're like,
maybe they must have just wax in their ears.
That's what I was thinking too.
But then how did they understand the orders? How could they hear the orders?
Maybe there's arm signals. I don't know. Maybe
know.
they just knew. When they told you to go, you just keep going until you don't until nobody's moving over there.
Yeah. You ran out of shot.
I don't know. That's crazy.
But yeah, it is crazy. It's super crazy. But I loved that. And then I was at a play once where they fired a cannon over the crowd, and again, no shot, just powder.
Right.
But it was in a
cannonball catch it.
Big explosion. But it was so cool because they shot it at us.
Oh yeah,
that was fantastic.
Yeah,
that was so cool, so loud. It was for Les Mis, and so it was during like when they were storming the barricades, and it was during the fight scene of that. So here.
I've never seen it or watched it. Oh, I've never done it.
There's an activity for us. No, it was so cool. I love it.
That's cool though.
But I also love ground fireworks too, though.
Do you?
Yeah. So like we lived on a hill growing up. It wasn't very steep, but steep enough that if you like ran and jumped, you fell like 4 or 5 feet instead of just like.
That sounds steep.
It was fun.
No, I'm sure it is. It's just, you're like that doesn't sound steep, but you're like the ratio of this is 1 to 4.
I know. It felt like
that's like math.
Again, bad children memories. Everything's bigger when you're little, right?
Sure.
So we grew up on that hill, and it was really fun.
Would you ride a skateboard down it?
No.
Okay, then that's steep.
That would be suicidal.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
okay.
So we lived on that hill, but also too, like when the wind would come out from the west, on that we would take our bed sheets out and we'd run down the hill and then open up our bed sheets and jump as high as we could and it would blow us back into the side of the hill. It was so much fun. It was a great hill to grow up on.
That sounds awesome.
It was terrible to learn how to drive on.
Oh, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm sure.
So when we had those ground fireworks, we'd take our sparklers and we'd throw them and arc them down the hill down into the gutter at the bottom and have them sizzle out at the bottom. It was so fun. It looked like a shooting star. It was great. But I love ground fireworks too. I'm gonna tell you another story. I love
you can't see my face, but I'm like, what the? Why would that? I don't know. I don't see the fun in that one.
Fire! You're shooting stuff. It's great fun. Anyway,
sure.
So a couple of years ago, or maybe last year, I can't remember now. But our neighborhood, there's some real pyros in our neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
And so they're the kind of people that save up.
Are they the ones that like get the ones that are ones, oh my yeah. Like, bless their hearts, whoever does that. And there's always like one in every neighborhood, and you're like, thank you.
Yes, I know. And
yes.
So we have 2 of them.
Oh frick!
And like the whole area comes.
Are they in that circle that you guys whatever? Yeah. Oh my gosh!
And they're the best neighbors. They're so cool about it. They totally love it. Like, are you gonna come watch? You gonna come? Yes, we're coming to watch.
Well, yeah. Could you imagine if you were like, no?
So
and they're like, okay.
Yeah, so they're nice. Anyway, so we also bring all of our piddly little ground fireworks.
Yeah, the little ones.
Shoot them off while they're getting ready to light the big ones, and so everybody just kind of pools fireworks. And the greatest neighbors ever. Well, last year there was an incident.
Oh no!
So awesome.
What do you mean?
One of the little kids somehow must have done something, but the whole stack of fireworks that was over in the neighbor's yard, and it was almost to the end of the night, so it wasn't like stack up to your waist. It was like 5, 6 fireworks or whatever.
Yeah, but the aerial ones?
They were the aerial
5 or
ones.
6 aerial
Yes.
ones? That's
Yes.
a fat sack. If you said 2, I'd be like, oh my gosh.
No, okay, so it really was like
Oh
this.
my
And
god.
somehow the stack lit on fire and they went everywhere. It was awesome.
Bro,
It was
what
so
the?
great. And we were sitting like right there. So they were like shooting at us. Like some of them hit my chair, some of them hit our truck. They were up in our pine trees and we're like, oh no, is it going to be on
Oh my
fire?
god.
And they didn't light on fire.
Oh,
I
that's
couldn't
good.
believe it because they're dry pine trees in July, no fire. And they were on people's roofs. They were down the street. Like, I mean, it was just
I'd be so
everywhere.
scared.
It was like a bomb had gone off in our neighbors. They were shooting into the neighbor's garage and they had like old cars in there.
What
Like,
the frick?
like a restored classic car
Oh
in that
my
garage.
gosh.
And so it was just like everywhere, and everyone's like running and screaming. And the best part was my father-in-law
Yeah.
is retired Army.
Was he just like, I know what to do, and just went? Oh no.
He sat there as calm as day. He was placid. Didn't even
Oh my
affect him. He
gosh.
kind of like moved his foot a little bit. That was it.
He just was like, this is fine.
He was so on top
Oh
of
my
it. It was
gosh.
great. My kids were running and screaming, hiding behind the truck, and I kind of sat in my chair and just watched because I loved the chaos of it. I was like, you know,
What the
still
frick?
kind of like ducking and hiding.
Right? I
Or
still don't want to get
whatever.
hit, but
It was awesome.
freaking he's just like, take me, it's fine.
I know.
Like, what the frick?
No concern whatsoever. It was great. But I mean, there was again,
That's
that was
insane.
like that whole like holes in our shirts and type of stuff. Ashes everywhere. It was so cool.
What the
It
frick?
was epic. And like nobody bothered calling the fire department either. It was everyone was chill about
Everyone's
it.
like, it's
Are you
fine.
okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, I love these neighbors.
That's amazing. There's some of ours that would have been like upset, and then they would have written on the Facebook,
Oh no.
like, you know, whatever. So that's amazing that all of your people were like,
Cool about
as
it.
long as everybody's, all the blood's inside.
Come on, nobody. It was an accident.
Oh,
It
100%.
wasn't out there being like, I don't even think the kid meant to do it. I think
Oh,
it was
no.
like a sparkler type of issue.
Right.
So it was like, is everyone okay?
Right.
Yeah, everyone's okay.
Yeah, everyone's
That was
house is
really
still
cool.
good. Yeah. It was a good chaotic minute.
It was a
How long did it go on for? Like,
a minute.
yeah.
But I mean, that minute feels like
I was gonna say,
forever.
did it feel like 5 minutes? Were
Yeah,
you like,
because it was total chaos. It was the ones that went to the garage were the ones that scared me the most. Because
Mhm.
I'm like, well, I know they've got oil and gasoline in there. Like
Right,
that could
right.
be a real problem.
that could be a problem.
The one in the pine tree was a little bit nerve wracking too, but it just kind of like hit and went out.
Oh, that's good.
So, but yeah,
Oh my
it was,
gosh.
I love it. I love it so much.
This is how I feel about the weather. And you're just like, man, I love these. I'm like, the moon's at 53%, everyone.
I love that you're so happy
Oh
about
my
that. It does make me
gosh.
happy.
I'm glad you have something. I was a little worried. I'm like, if you can't even be happy about something small, then nope, you got fireworks. I just had to wait till the year came. Oh my gosh.
No, I love poppets too. Like last year we bought
The little snaps?
Yeah, little snap things. I
Yeah.
bought like 1,000 of them last year and gave them all to my nieces and nephews, and we were throwing them at each other. It was
Dude.
so much fun.
I don't get why little kids don't like them dudes. They
Well,
don't
they're
like
loud.
I mean they are, but they're not like I just don't think that they're enough to like freak out, and they're always like, I don't like that. Maybe they're just my people that are like, I don't like
No, because I
that.
have some nieces and nephews that didn't like it either, and they went inside. That was fine. All the boys and I were out there hucking them at each other.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, they miss out.
It was great.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
She's just freaking dying over
I
here.
love her so much.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny how calm I feel too, like in those kind of situations. I'm like,
On the
this
cusp
is-
of death, and you're just like, it's fine.
It is fine. I'm totally fine. It's funny though. Are you like that? Are you like when something crazy like that happens? Are you like calm or do you like freak out?
I don't freak out.
Mm.
I don't think I'm exactly calm though. There's probably like get into action mode, but I'm not like, like
Yeah.
No.
Do you freeze when things like that happen?
So you're asking about my fight or flight?
Fight or flight, yeah, or like fawn, but you can't really fawn over a firework. But yeah.
In my fight or flight, I know I'm really bad, and I freeze. But I don't think if it's not a person attacking me, so I feel like I'd be okay.
You'd be alright.
Yeah.
See, I like that's the most calm I get usually. Isn't that
What
bizarre?
the
Like when an
frick?
incident like that happens, I'm like, go like totally calm. It's awesome, and I can just be super present and figure it out.
Well, good
Yeah.
on you.
Like both times when my kids have had to go to the hospital, I've been like the calm one.
Oh,
Like,
yeah?
Okay, all right. Well,
Wait,
we're gonna go do that.
Does Ben freak out? Does
No.
he poop a brick?
No,
he doesn't seem like a poop a
He
brick
goes
guy.
into level 10 logic mode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
very like
very.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's the planner in the situation. I'm the planner. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And he's like, okay, that's what we're gonna do. Let's do this.
And he carries it out
Mhm.
very like methodical.
Yeah, it's extremely harmonious.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It works out really nicely. I don't know how we got on that.
I don't. I was
Fireworks,
just like, your poor kids.
fireworks.
Yes. Let us know if you like them, or if you don't, or if you had an incident.
Oh yeah, tell us all your stories. I want
Yeah,
to hear all the.
we want to hear the
stories.
incidences. I don't. No one likes me when I say incidences
Incidences.
because it's not a real word, but I know that.
Is
I'm
it
not illiterate. I don't know.
Incident.
I think it's just
Incidents?
tell us about your incidents.
Incidents. Okay,
And
well,
I just incidences and
tell
add
us
a little extra instances.
all of that.
Tell us your issues.
Experiences. There we go. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Bye.
listening. Bye.